Welcome to my spoiler review of Godzilla Cross Kong, The New Empire. I wanted to watch this movie again for ages, so let's begin. The film opens on Hollow Earth with the soundtrack introducing us to Kong with a mixture of Wolf Mother's Vagabond and Welcome to Our World by Jim Reeves. The score by Tom Junkie XL Hulkenborg is also very much appreciated. Though not all the cast returns from a previous movie, multiple ones do alongside some newcomers. The opening credits roll to a mixture of a college lecture, news footage, and redacted documents. I definitely called it that Hollow Earth is this continuity's equivalent of Monster Island in the last movie. With Kong guarding Hollow Earth, Godzilla as guardian of the surface, and this fight with the Scylla in Rome is the first of many thrilling battles in exotic locales around the world. Though unique to this continuity, the arachnid-like appearance bears some similarities to Kumonga. Though I'm not a huge fan of Adam Wingard's horror films, he does have major potential as an action director. His script, which he co-wrote alongside Jeremy Slater, Simon Barrett, and recurring Pirates of the Caribbean scribe Terry Rossio, is a gleeful throwback to the Showa-era Japanese films where Godzilla vs. Hedorah is a major influence on this movie's style and tone. Of all the new human characters, my favorite would have to be the Titan veterinarian Trapper, played by Dan Stevens. Not sure if he was inspired by Trapper John from MASH and Trapper John MD, but certainly is enjoying himself quite a bit as he cleans and fixes Kong's teeth to I Got You by Greenflow. Also, remember what they're saying about Project Powerhouse. It will be important later. Two major threats are in play in this movie: the rival ape Scar King and the icy titan Shimo. There's also a smaller ape named Suko in the story, and in the scenes without dialogue, they're influenced by the success of Avatar The Way of Water, delivering story non-verbally. How about that? I always appreciate when work does that. Also like the selections of pop music, each track they chose fits the mood and story perfectly. Case in point, Golden Earring's Twilight Zone comes up when they make the jump to Hollow Earth's lower levels. The human characters are relatable enough, but it's monsters who are the focus of the movie this time around. Heck, I didn't even bother learning the name of the guy who accompanies Trapper and the others to Hollow Earth since I correctly predicted he'd die the moment he disregarded their advice. Elsewhere, as Godzilla is looking for power to recharge, he finds a source hidden just below the surface of the Arctic. This brings him to his new evolved form, with a new pink version of his atomic breath. Nice. It also turns out that Gia is connected to an ancient tribe, who is in turn connected to Mothra and her brood. Wasn't sure about the discourse about that plot thread in past movies. I was in the can when it came up in 2019 Can of the Monsters. But there's another part of the cinematic universe that makes a bit more sense now. Kong attempts to challenge the Scar King and Shimo, but despite a valiant effort, it doesn't go in his favor. Still, it's clear the Scar King is more despotic than Kong, and challenging his rule will need some help. The Trapper treats Kong's arm with frostbite. He outfits him with Project Powerhouse, a mechanized prototype gauntlet that, wouldn't you know it, is getting taken for a test run now, set to kiss I Was Made for Loving You. Godzilla is summoned by Kong, with him diving into the sea from the Rock of Gibraltar. I love talking about topics where I get to say things like that. After a brief spar in Cairo, Godzilla grudgingly agrees to help. He also summons a new form of Mothra, and now it's time for one of the standout scenes in the movie, a fight inside the lower levels of Hollow Earth where no rules of gravity don't apply. Scar King and Shimo take the bait, and Trapper provides distraction by blasting Tell Me Roost by Leatherboy. All this time, I thought that was a Foreigner song. As for Godzilla and Kong looking like they're trying out for the Paris Olympics, well, wouldn't be the first time. We did get a mimetic and memorable moment out of it. Scar King and Shima are down, but they are not out, even after Suko turns against the king. The second round takes place in Rio de Janeiro, complete with the obligatory shot of the Redeemer statue. Suko leaps through the wormhole with Kong's axe, and Godzilla breaks the spinal shard that's controlling Shimo. Creed, the Titan turns against the Scar King, and with their combined strength, the King's rule comes to an end. With Godzilla and Kong victorious, the end credits roll to Day After Day by Badfinger. It's the simple things in life you enjoy sometimes, like giant monsters fighting each other. In 10 years of the Monsterverse, this cinematic universe has proven to be one of the more resilient ones to challenge Marvel and actually find success in their own way. Both Godzilla and Kong have endured for decades, and though I'm unfamiliar with Grant Sputor, the director of the upcoming third film in 2027, I'm eager to see how it plays out. Still love to see this continuity's take on Megalon and Gigan, among others. The movie grossed $196 million domestically and $567 million worldwide on its $135 million budget, bringing the global total of the whole franchise to a combined $2.5 billion. I can also state your enjoyment of this movie is likely going to be linked to your liking of the more absurd aspects of source material. In my case, it's still a gleefully unapologetic throwback to the Showa era of the Japanese films, and proof of the over-the-top monster versus monster slugfest can coexist with the more darker parables for war, such as the highly acclaimed Godzilla -1. Whatever comes next, you're going to see it. That'll be all for now. Take care.